Hi, I'm Elaine Musgrave and I attend the Riverston Baptist Church, and I've been associated with this school ever since it began. I'm a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 5.
And my name's Cliff, and I've been married to this lady for a long time and been part of the school since before its inception actually, so yeah, got a lot of history there. The church down on the corner of Oxford and Regent Street where we were meeting was crammed in every corner. There was a classroom. We bought an adjacent block of land and put some demountables on that. We rented a cottage next door and it kept growing. So when we started to look at acreage, we've been advised by Christian community schools, which are Christian schools at the time. They gave us a list of 10 things to look for in your acreage land for a school, and they said if you get 7 out of those 10 you'll be doing really well. We got 10 out of 10 after praying about it. It was just amazing.
So there was a lot of prayer and a lot of research went into it, and the Lord led us to this 5 acres, which was seemed huge at the time. We didn't think we'd use it all, but in hindsight, you know, God had His plan. And then as the school grew here, we needed the next 5 acres, but the man wouldn't sell it. So for a long time, we had a prayer group that used to walk the block. It had no buildings on it, so we were able to walk the block, and we prayed and prayed for it. Eventually, after a number of years, he did sell it to the school. In the beginning, it was really hard because when we first started, we had limited funds. And so it was definitely a small community because our church only had about 50 people in it. So that was an amazing undertaking to start a school because there wasn't many Christian community schools around. And so we started with primary. The working bees were exhausting. You know, there were so many working bees with the families.
But they were really good, there's so many people, wasn't
But
there?
it was wonderful because the families were so keen that they were prepared to come and be part of it, and that created that lovely community spirit.
We had a principal come up from Tasmania in the earlier days of the school, Rodney Teds, and he really had a vision to work with the church. The reason he came up was because he had the vision to see what the church was doing and what the school was doing together. He was an amazing guy. He loved every child in the school. He knew them by name, and he was really good with parents. He was here for 7 years and he really set the school on a solid foundation. And the other person, I think, present, we've got to talk about David Griffiths, the bursar.
Yeah.
Just an amazing guy. How he's allowed God to use him at this time through all the years he's been here. Don't know how long he's been here, but a long time. And he's really stuck at it and done an amazing job.
The kindergarten teacher here called Carol Richardson, they have a Carol Richardson Award at the prize night. She was a very special lady. The children loved her, she loved the children. She was had a great sense of humour, and she was very much loved.
We do Bridge Cafe on Friday mornings. Well, we help with that. Our pastor Marcus and our assistant pastor Ben. We get in there and we do coffee and hot chocolate and toast. And it's a great place. The kids love to come on Friday morning and get their hot chockey. And there's a great queue there, and it's a good place for the parents to get together and meet after the kids go into school, have a coffee and have a chat together. And that's the idea of it. The church wanted to run that for that reason. And what we love to see is the joy on the face of the children and on the parents. So that to us is really important because that shows us what the school is about. And, it's just great to see the school growing and see God working through the various times. It hasn't always been easy, but in Romans it tells us that things aren't always going to be good. Romans 8:28, and that God works through these all the good things and the bad things, and we've seen that happen. We've seen God bring people along the way to fill in the gaps when they're needed with the gifts and the talents, and it's just been really great to see God work in amazing ways throughout the whole life of the school. We've seen how God has used people and circumstances to bring about the amazing school that we have now. As I said before, it hasn't always been easy, but God's been with us through the whole process, and got it to where it is. And so it's had an impact on us to just see God at work and to be, which wasn't always easy at the time, but to look back now and see how God used those circumstances to, I guess, refocus the school, the tough circumstances to refocus the school. And for us to now see it the way it is, it's just so rewarding and so amazing. It's great.